Dragon's Den, Britain's most intense elevator pitch, in which aspiring entrepreneurs go head-to-head with 5 deal-hungry multimillionaires. Peter Jones,
I love this job.
titan of tech and the Den's longest-serving dragon.
You need to take a deep breath.
I know, I'm literally shaking.
Deborah Meaden, the sustainability champion, who puts her money where her mouth is.
Sadly, that money is staying right where it is.
Tuka Suleiman, a fashion industry maverick who's never afraid to take a punt.
I have to be passionate.
That's fascinating.
Sarah Davies,
I want to eat your face.
the queen of crafts,
Look at this way, Stephen.
who tells it exactly as it is.
I'm just trying to cut through the BS and get it straight.
Thank you.
And Stephen Bartlett,
Here we go. Boom, boom, boom.
social media mogul
He's the baby of the bunch.
and bringer of fresh fire.
Have you got anything nice to say, Tuka?
No.
Tonight,
You'll really have to fight to get our attention now. That was absolutely stunning.
I was in here back in 2015. You offered me all the money.
Oh, and you rejected him?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
You look like a chilled piano playlist kind of
I like
guy.
my Rod Stewart.
Can I challenge you on that?
Was that a counter or was that a joke?
If you don't know the answer, you
Yeah.
can say, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
It's a better place to be.
I understand about as much about this as I do about how to wire a plug.
I want to give you all of the money, but I want 30%.
Dracula.
welcome to Dragon's Den. Hundreds of hopeful entrepreneurs have come through these doors, but far fewer have survived the fiery inquisition which follows. First up is entrepreneur Alex Breeze, with musical accompaniments in the form of Amaroon and Janae Elgoni.
Let's do it.
Before setting up his startup, Alex rubbed shoulders with the stars.
My job was to work with the top 30 grossing artists for Universal Music, so the biggest artists in the world.
He's about to swap divas for dragons.
Deborah does scare me. She definitely scares me. Peter also scares me, but that might be because he's so tall.
But there's one of the Fab Five who could be perfectly in tune with today's offering.
Stephen Bartlett definitely serves and works in the space that we work in. Good luck, guys. So to have that support, that would be really powerful for us.
Habit stuck and I stumble. You're a bit frank with me, making me see that it's alright. And I'm loving that you are so on it. You're so good, good. You're so good, good, good to me. Good.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Very moving.
Great voice.
Well done.
I'm sorry. You'll really have to fight to get our attention now. That was absolutely stunning.
I know, I might let them do the pitch, to be honest. Hello, Dragons. My name's Alex Breeze, and I'm the CEO and founder of Unheard. I'm here today to ask for a £120,000 investment in return for a 4% equity stake in my business, which provides major label marketing power, but for independent artists and musicians. My background is in data analytics, where I worked with some of the biggest artists in the world, helping them create data-driven marketing strategies to ensure a successful release. Whilst doing so, I was drawn towards the independent sector. Yet, when I looked at the tools available for independent artists, in particular when looking for an ecosystem where an artist can promote their music across the various marketing channels available to them, there wasn't one solution. So, on December 2021, I launched the In Your Pocket Music Promotions Hub, which would allow artists to run well-targeted social media ads, land on the most powerful Spotify playlists, and in the most relevant publications, all from their mobile phone. And if you haven't released music before, we tell you exactly how to do that. Since launching, we've signed up over 2,500 artists organically. Amaroon was one of our clients and used our technology to generate around 50,000 Spotify streams over the last 4 months. So that is my pitch, and I'd like to invite any questions.
An app offering independent artists a high-tech, low-cost solution for boosting downloads is the proposition from Alex Breeze.
I'd like to thank Amaroon and Jay for your amazing performance.
He's seeking £120,000 in return for a 4% stake in his company.
It was lovely. Thank you very much.
The musicians have received a rave review, but will the entrepreneur's performance be as impressive?
Alex, just enlighten me, because it was very, at the beginning, very technical and very fast.
Sorry, yeah.
So your income, where would that income actually come from?
So it would come from artists who are looking to promote their music.
Right.
And they'd be looking to do it in a number of different ways.
Yep.
So one is run well-targeted social media advertising, and we take a 20% cut off the top of what the ad spend is.
Yeah, okay.
The other is playlisting. Do you use Spotify?
Yes.
Okay, so do you sometimes, maybe on a Sunday, put on a chilled piano playlist to listen to music?
You look like a
Sorry.
chilled piano playlist.
Yeah, I
kind
know,
of
I like
guy.
my Rod Stewart.
Okay, great, great. So music consumption now is often people listening to Spotify playlists. So it's really important for artists to land on the most impactful playlists. And so we've developed an algorithm which finds the most powerful Spotify playlists for you specifically as an artist. And you can then pitch directly to those playlists through the app.
And who they're pitching to?
So it can be a brand, so Gymshark, it could be Starbucks, or it could be a guy in his bedroom who's just built a really powerful playlist. And we charge £5.99 per playlist pitch.
And what about revenue streams have you got apart from that?
The final is press. So we actually charge a lot more for press at the moment. It's actually £500 per submission.
So you're relying on artists to spend their money, the money they haven't got, to promote themselves on your platform.
What I would say is they're spending money now, but they're spending it in the wrong places. So we want them to spend less, but more effectively.
So in the UK, how many artists are there? Independent artists?
There are over 25 million globally. In the UK, it will be around 3 million, 4 million.
That many?
Yeah.
News of a potential massive market is music to the ears of Tuka Suleiman. But does social media marketeer Stephen Bartlett share Alex's vision for the future of hit making?
Interesting. I tend to think the social ad spend bit for me is a bit of a question mark. You made a comment earlier that you help artists to spend the limited budgets that they do have more effectively.
Yeah.
If an artist has £500, I'll tell you how I would do it. I would open an Instagram, TikTok, YouTube account for free. I'd take the £500 and spend it on really good lighting and a really good camera. And then whenever a major artist like Adele drops a Easy on Me hit, I would do a cover of it. You can get millions and millions and millions in free reach as an independent artist and be discovered by doing that.
Can I challenge you on that? For what you've just described, you'll have 500, 1,000 people doing that.
How many people are doing paid ads with their music?
Millions, but how many are doing them with an automated targeting preference?
Automated or not, I actually don't think a small independent artist should be spending £500 or really any of their money on paid ads, which will generate a fraction of the views and could be expensive.
When it comes to the potential power of paid ads, Alex and Stephen Bartlett aren't in harmony. And now a classic Den topic is about to get an airing courtesy of Peter Jones.
You've walked in with a whopping 3 million valuation.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so just over a year ago, we raised a pre-seed round at a 1.2 million valuation.
And how much did you raise?
£250,000. And since doing that initial raise, we've done a lot. So we should get to an annual revenue of around £600,000 for this year.
And what will that be? Give me the breakdown of that 600.
So 600,000 in terms of turnover, with a gross of 133 and a net of minus £500,000.
Minus 500?
Yeah.
And what's your monthly burn rate at the moment?
Around £15,000.
As we speak today, how much you got in the bank?
Just under 60,000.
So in reality, you've got 3 or 4 months' money.
Yeah.
So if you can't raise the money, then that's it.
Yeah, it would be challenging.
Without a sizable cash injection, Alex's app could be a financial flop. Stephen Bartlett has already expressed reservations, but will he set them aside and become the business's supporting act?
I think my position's quite clear.
Yeah.
YouTube, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Instagram, TikTok are all completely free. All you need is a camera, a microphone, and you can get millions and millions of free views if you know how to use those.
If you know how to use them.
Which is exactly what you should be doing. That's a way more interesting business. With all of that said, I mean, I wish you the very best. I think you're a great guy. I like your trousers, I love your tattoos, love your rings and your nails. But I just don't agree that this is the right way to approach solving that problem.
Okay.
So for that reason, I'm going to wish you the very best, Alex, but I'm out.
Let me tell you where I'm at. I understand about as much about this as I do about how to wire a plug. And I've sat here and tried really hard to focus, but then listening to Stephen talk so passionately, somebody who's in the middle of that industry, and for him to see that it isn't a way to make money rings massive alarm bells for me.
Yeah.
It's not an investment for me today, so I'm out.
Disappointment for Alex as not one, but two dragons decline the deal. Will tech titan Peter Jones follow suit, or dance to the beat of his own drum?
I was listening to Stephen, obviously. I have a difference of opinion.
Great.
I think that what is interesting here is that there will be at some point a product or service that will become a launchpad feeder for independent artists.
Yeah.
And that ultimately will, in my opinion, be embraced by the big boys. So if this gained traction, you could ultimately be part of the fraternity. Look, I've got the right connections for you. I also like making dreams reality as well. So I'm going to make you an offer.
Thank you.
But my offer is definitely coming at a cost. I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I'd like 15% of the business.
Thank you so much.
An offer for Alex, albeit in exchange for almost quadruple the 4% equity that he was looking to give away. Is Deborah Meaden also prepared to spend big on promoting new sounds?
The reason I think this resonates with me, I was a trustee at the Roundhouse for years, working in the emerging artists platform, you know, trying to find ways of getting these some really talented people to be heard. So, I have a very different set of connections to Peter. You know, mine are from the artist side of things. And you are very good.
Thank you.
And I like what you're doing, but it is huge risk.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to make you an offer. I am going to offer you all of the money. I want 15% of the business.
Thank you.
Look, I like this in the fact that I like you.
Thank you.
So I too are going to make you an offer. I'd also offer you all of the money, but I also want 15% of the business.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
A trio of identical bids from Peter Jones, Deborah Meaden and Tuka Suleiman for Alex to consider.
Do you want to go to the wall and have a think?
No.
No.
Tuka, I think strategically, given Peter and Deborah's connections, I think it makes sense for me to explore this route. I think I should negotiate, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
How would you feel about splitting it, first of all?
Okay.
4% each, with 2.5% advisory shares each.
So you're basically saying 13% for the full amount. 6.5% if it was split each, instead of 7.5%.
Yes.
Sometimes I compromise personally, but I think in this situation, there is a huge counterbalance here.
Yeah.
And I do think it's weighted in our favour. So I would be very happy to share, but I would give you £60,000 for 7.5% of the business, and Deborah would give you £60,000 for 7.5% of the business. And I'm happy to split that 10% in terms of pure equity and 5% advisory shares.
I would go for it.
We won't sing for you on the platform, but you'll get a couple of good dragons.
I would love to accept the offer, if that's okay.
Yay!
Thank you so
Well
much.
done.
Yay!
Well done, mate.
Oh my
Really
gosh.
excited.
Alex, really happy
you.
for you.
Thanks,
well
guys.
done, mate.
Success for Alex, as Deborah Meaden and Peter Jones join forces to form a duet with the power to take the music entrepreneur's profits to record levels.
Love you guys, but for his sake mainly, I want to be proved wrong, I tell
If you are, when you are, you are so going to know it.
I was disappointed that Stephen dropped out, to be honest with you, but I'm really happy with the two dragons. I thought together they would be a great kind of balancing partnership. It means the world to me, and I feel drained, and I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight.
Next into the den is Fan Yang, an entrepreneur whose comfort zone is cuisine rather than commerce.
So I don't have a business background. However, I'm quite adventurous in terms of food. I create something quite unusual, and I hope dragons will like it.
What is it,
I
mushrooms?
think they are dried mushrooms.
Just don't eat too many of the mushrooms, Tuka.
We start seeing things.
Despite her limited entrepreneurial experience, Fan's been doing all she can to prepare.
I've been binge watching Dragon's Den, and all I can say is that I try my best to memorize everything, all the figures and data, things like that, but I will do my best for sure. Hello Dragons, my name is Fan. I'm the founder of Other Foods. We are specialized in mushroom-based snacks, targeting alternative healthy snack market. Today, I'm here asking $60,000 for 10% equity share of my company. What we have here on the table are our current range of products, and the #1 bestseller is Crunchy Shiitake Mushroom. We officially launched into Whole Foods Market in 2019, and we are now available in more than 500 stores, including Ocado, Holland Barrett, Harvey Nichols, Selfridges. And last year, our total turnover is 320K, and estimated net profit is around 90K. And please feel free to try some of the products from the sample box, and I'm ready to take questions.
Mushroom snacks are the offering from Fan Yang.
When you're eating it, it's quite noisy, isn't it?
Was it really annoying
It
you?
was really starting to really aggravate me.
I'm so sorry.
Fan is looking for £60,000 in exchange for a 10% share in her business.
That makes it even more
I'll have a
attractive
bit
to
more
me,
then.
Peter.
It was like, it's like, nom.
The product is proving problematic to Peter Jones's sense of hearing, but it's the flavour that has stirred Sarah Davies' taste buds.
Fam,
Yes, hi, Sarah.
I think they're wonderful. I'll be really honest, when we were waiting for you to come through the lift doors, my heart sunk a little bit when I saw they were mushroom crisps. But actually, they're so tasty. So, as a health-conscious shopper, if I'm stood and I've got mushroom crisps or I've got potato crisps, why am I going to choose these ones?
You live in Britain, and British people, they are lacking of vitamin D. They are high in vitamin D. Get those.
High in vitamin D. Talks on the back about gut health.
Yes, gut health, because they are full of fibre.
Okay, but is it quite widely known what the benefits of mushrooms are, and I just didn't happen to know them?
I would say mushrooms are gaining popularity at the moment, and people are starting to getting the idea of food as medicine.
Excellent. That was what I was looking for.
Thank you.
Yeah, they actually taste really nice.
Oh, lovely.
So, has this been done before?
This product is actually widely available in Southeast Asia.
Okay, and you've started selling. You've done very well. You've got into basically everybody, all the retail stores.
Oh, thank you.
So what gross margin are you making on the product?
Averagely around 33% and net profit around 18%.
Do you sell any on your own website?
Not at the moment. We do sell that online on Ocado and Amazon Prime.
So Amazon Prime reviews, what are they saying?
We got around 2.5 star out of 5.
2.5 stars out of 5?
Yes, for shiitake,
Why?
because people love it.
No, wait, 2.5 out of 5?
Sorry, 4.5 out of 5.
I was going to say people
Sorry,
hate it.
I'm so sorry. So sorry, yeah.
When it comes to counting stars, Fan has failed to shine. But has Deborah Meaden spotted something more seriously amiss with the entrepreneur's business numbers?
I just want to go through your figures. So you talk about a 320,000 turnover, and did you say a 33% gross profit?
Yeah, gross margin. Net margin around 18%.
But did you also then say your net profit was 90,000?
90, yeah, this year. Estimated.
Okay, so what's 20% of 320,000?
Sorry?
What's 20% of 320,000? Quite neat. What's 10% of 320,000?
30,000.
32,000.
Yeah.
So what's 20%?
60.
Right, 64,000.
Yeah.
So you're saying your net profit is 18%,
Yeah.
which is going to be around about 60,000. You're telling me the net profit's 90,000,
Okay.
which is actually 30% of your turnover, not 18% of your turnover.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to work your margin out, because your margins aren't making any sense.
So the reason why I say it's estimated around 90K is because we sort of use that total number as guidelines. Yep.
Okay, but if I was estimating, knowing that my net profit was 18%, I'd make my net profit 18%?
Should I run the figures from the past 3 years until now?
If you've got them,
Okay.
you give them to me.
So on the first year, total turnover was 60K and we made a loss of 77K.
Okay.
And the next year, the total turnover is 408K and net profit is 32K. And the third year was 226K. And then it's, we break even. And last year seems...
Okay, so
Yeah.
the hint isn't in there. We keep talking about an 18% net profit. You haven't done that yet, ever. You haven't made any money at all, and your numbers don't make sense.
Fan's self-confessed lack of business nous has been exposed. Now the Dragons want to discover if she has the wherewithal to turn a future profit.
Okay, so at the moment you're not making any money. Not real money.
By far, yes, I would say so. Yeah.
You know, so what's the potential? What about the big supermarket chains? Have you approached any of those?
We are currently having conversation with Morrison.
And are you having that directly or through a distributor?
It's actually our key distributors who put us in touch with Morrison.
Fan, when you're dealing with your distributor, what margin are they taking?
Around 20 to 30%. And the retailer will take another 30.
The retailer's dictating their profit.
Yeah.
In the middle, you've got your distributor. What's his margin? And really, the person who should be making the profit is you, and you can't dictate your profit. It's like the perfect storm for you. You know, you need help everywhere to make this into a profitable business. I would have to be juggling everything to help you. That's not going to be possible. And for that reason, Fan, I wish you all the best, but I'm out.
One dragon down as Tuka Suleiman deems this deal to be more trouble than it's worth. Will Deborah Meaden be any more inclined to fund fans' fungi-flavoured fare?
You're in a really competitive marketplace. Do you know, this is the stage where you probably make the highest margin you will ever make. Because those sort of niche stores, they're happy to do a deal with you, they're happy to range you, and you get a decent margin. You start getting into the big guys, and I'm telling you, your margins are going to be absolutely sliced. I mean, all of the other words you've said, I completely agree with. They're lovely. People are interested in eating them. I can see there'd be a big market, and I can see it can grow, but if you can't make money in it, you're not an investment. So I won't be an investor. So I'm sorry, I'm out.
Your product is beautiful and lovely, and I congratulate you for putting a great product and bringing it to market. But my real concern, though, is how does this business make money even as it scales? Even investing 60k, I think it will take so long to even think about getting a return on that money for an investor at the moment. So for that reason, I'm going to say that I'm out.
Thank you.
Okay, so I love the product.
Okay.
But the thing that's stopping me from wanting to invest today, I feel like you've memorised the numbers, not understood them. And you've had quite a lot of challenges around margin. And in that situation, it terrifies me to put any of my money into this business because you haven't demonstrated that you understand the mechanics of how to make money. So I'm really sorry today. I won't be investing and I'm out.
Fan fails to convince 3 further dragons she has the entrepreneurial chops to change her fortunes. Only Stephen Bartlett has yet to show his hand.
This is one of those businesses that's come into the den where I know I'm going to be stocking the office full of them. But when I look at the numbers, it leaves a bit of a bad taste in my mouth.
I'm quite confident in 3 years' time I can pay back 60k.
I think in order to do that, well, I'd have to take, what, 50% of your business to do that almost.
Yeah.
Are you... Sorry?
I'm listening.
Obviously, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
you wouldn't want that either.
No.
As an entrepreneur. So on that basis, I don't think it's an investable business for me. So I'm going to say that I'm out, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Fan. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's all over for the snack entrepreneur. Fan's product won admirers, but when it came to the crunch, she couldn't bag a dragon.
I'm slightly disappointed, but the big chunk of the reason is because I didn't get the number straight. So yeah, I need to work on the figures and I probably need some professional help around those figures. I don't have the investment today, but I got 5 happy customers, which I love, yeah.
Next into the den is Zoe Chapman, who's prepared to do whatever it takes to make her startup a success.
I work day and night, 16 to 18 hours a day, so I live and breathe the business.
And as if nurturing a new venture wasn't enough,
I'm a single mum, proud to be one. It's just been me and my son. He's 10 now. When he was first born, I was still looking after my dad as well, who sadly passed away, which is why I launched the product in his honour, because I know he'd be proud of me. Everything is going into this, and I'm doing it all for my son. So I hope he's proud as well. Hi Dragons, my name is Zoe. I am a proud single parent and the solo founder of KiddyWhiz. I'm here with my invention, the Whizzer, and I'm here to ask for £50,000 in return for 10% of my business. 7 years ago, I was struggling to potty train my child. Also, I was providing end-of-life care for my father. I needed to find a product that was compact as a toilet that I could carry around for both of them. I searched but couldn't find anything, So I decided to invent my own. The Whizzer is the world's first unisex eco toilet for children on the go, with an adult version coming soon. Thank you. I invite you to ask any questions, and you have your Whizzers in your box.
An on-the-go solution for potty training children is the brainchild of Zoe Chapman.
Could we see maybe like a product demonstration with Tuka usually does the...
Oh, shush.
Zoe is looking for £50,000.
This is the Magic Leak-proof funnel. Put it in place just like this.
I haven't got a funnel, unfortunately.
You have, it'll be in there, it's inside.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Get with the programme.
In exchange for a 10% stake in her company.
So it holds at the front of the body like that. So once the child has weed, you can just take the funnel off, empty it.
Zoe has already succeeded in keeping the dragons dry. So will mum of two, Sarah Davies, be impressed by her product?
Zoe, I think it's brilliant. Where was this 8 years ago when I needed it? I mean, I'm saying 8 years ago, I probably could still do with one now.
You go camping, right?
Yes.
It's been a massive hit for people that are going camping.
Brilliant. So how long has the business been going?
So I launched the business on February the 17th, 2021. And since then, I have made £41,000.
With a gross profit?
Of 31.
31. And a net loss?
23. And I personally invested 45,000.
And that was going to be my next question. Where did that 45,000 come from?
A lot of credit cards, and then I sold everything I owned, including my car, personal possessions.
So you've got no debt in the business?
No. Every element of it has been designed by me, from the logos, the packaging. I have not outsourced a single thing.
OK, so intellectual property, how much have you spent on IP?
Actually not that much, because I did it all myself. I couldn't afford to pay a lawyer. I read up a lot. Then I applied for my design utility patent for the UK. I did the same for the EU.
Wow, you have done a lot of research, haven't you? I'm impressed.
I don't stop. Every day is a day for learning.
An entrepreneur with the IQ to navigate IP and get patents granted is guaranteed to make a favourable impression. And even a notoriously hard-to-please Peter Jones doesn't seem inclined to poo-poo Zoe's invention.
I think that you've created a neat little product. But it is just for a whiz, though, isn't it? Not poos.
The attachment for the other one is coming.
OK. And am I right in saying that once you've gone past your nappy stage,
Yeah.
you then introduce this?
Yeah, absolutely.
What age are they out of their nappy stage?
Typically between 2 to 3. But up to the age of 8, I say.
And how many children in the UK are between the ages of 3 and 8?
Well, at any given moment, there will be 1.2 million children potty training within that age of 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So then,
And what about over that, between 3 and 8?
So then you get into much bigger numbers.
But do we know that number roughly?
No.
Because that's your market, isn't it? And then you work
Exactly.
out from there what's the potential. And then
Exactly.
you work out from there a forecast, and you get to a number and you go, OK, that's the size of my market in the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a tough market. I'm in the potty business and I know how tough it is.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you've got a product that needs demonstration. My concern is when you've got it on a rack in a store, does it mean anything? It looks like a cup.
Yeah, that's intentional.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you've got to convince a parent that it does what it does.
I've been in Boots for the whole of the last week. I had my table set up and I could gauge their reaction. They were like, oh, what's this?
And how many did you sell?
I took 65.
65 units?
Yeah.
And you sold how many?
65.
You sold the whole 65?
Yeah, I've sent them off happy and potty trained.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is you can do it. It's a good idea when you've explained it, when you're there, showing it. Take you away and put this somewhere, sitting there on its own, I think it's a little confusing.
A retail-savvy Tuka Suleiman is concerned that the product could baffle potential buyers. Now, Stephen Bartlett wants to find out exactly what Zoe's future might hold.
So what evidence can you give me that this business is going to get to a big enough scale? I mean, your forecast for the business, what are you forecasting this year?
So I have forecast 350,000 for the next year.
150, and the gross profit on that is?
Would be 270.
And the net?
Would be 206.
The net profit on 270 gross?
Would be 100 and...
If you don't know the answer, you can say, I don't know the answer. It's a better place to be.
Yeah.
My last question then is, what is it you're looking for from a dragon?
Just, I mean, this whole thing, right from the start, is to surround myself with mentors. So if anyone was to ever give me any advice or come on this journey with me, then I would be absolutely grateful.
Zoe, I feel like you've been through a journey. There's something here that...
Yeah, I have. So, so I have bipolar, and I have multiple different neurodiverse challenges. So I just hope that people can see that, in actual fact, that has been my superpower, because I don't think there's many people that could work a 16 to 18-hour working day, but I have chosen to utilise those skills.
Zoe, that's admirable.
Thank you.
And that's the only way to get through where you want to go in life. And you've just got to keep on that path.
Relentless.
So well done.
Thank you very much.
Zoe's resilience, allied to her strong work ethic, has wowed Peter Jones. So, have all the pieces of the investment jigsaw fallen into place for Tuka Suleiman?
I'm puzzled, and I'll tell you why. You are fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm worried about the product. And I'm on that fence, and I'm tearing my heart to pieces and saying, you are just amazing, whereas I'm not sure about that. I know what this business is really worth, and I don't want to take that away from you.
Tuka, make her an offer.
I'll tell you where I am with this. If I was to invest, I'd want far too much of your company, which would be, I would not do that to you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Right? So I'm not going to invest them out.
Tuka Suleiman becomes the first dragon to drop out. Will Deborah Meaden be any more willing to take a punt on portable potties?
You are great, you know, and it's definitely a business, but it's not actually a sector that I'm terribly I haven't got children, you know, and I was trying to work out, you know, how useful is it? Obviously, the camping sector is very familiar to me, but I don't know about the rest of it, and I kind of have to feel a little bit more sure. So I'm afraid I won't be investing. Oh, I wish you all the best, but I'm out.
Okay, so you haven't done a bad job. It's not good enough to go and sit on a shelf, but as a mother, I understand the product. And also, as a woman, I understand how this could have application way beyond kids below the age of 8. And that's going to be a challenge getting there, but I'd be well up for that challenge. So I'm going to make you an offer, and I will offer you all of the money. But in return, I would be looking for 25% of the business.
Thank you.
An offer for Zoe from Sarah Davies. £50,000, albeit in exchange for more than double the 10% equity she was originally looking to give away. Will Peter Jones's earlier compliments now convert into a cash bid?
Do you know what? It's a real privilege sometimes to sit here because we get to meet people like you. If nobody had invested, and it's easy to say it, I would have given you a chance and I would have backed you.
Thank you.
You have a great offer from a great dragon who will absolutely deliver success for you. But I'm going to say that I'm out. but I'm dead chuffed you've got an offer, so well done.
Thank you very much. It's only you, Stephen.
I know, right? So, yeah. So you've spent your whole life supporting other people, you know. And I think when I heard that, I felt like I really wanted to support you because I think you deserve it. So I've got a very particular set of skills. I get influencer marketing better than anybody in this country, and I think I know how to build big communities around products like this. So I am going to make you an offer. Obviously, Sarah made you that vampire offer, so I'm going to undercut that one a little bit. I'm going to offer you all of the money for 22.5% of the business.
Sarah was a vampire and you cut it by 2.5%.
Yes.
Well, it's a sales pitch, isn't it?
You vampire.
Thank you. So, is there any way that you two would consider working together?
In this instance, I think we bring completely different things to the party. And I think between us, we would be an absolute powerhouse on this with you.
Absolutely. Would you consider?
Do you know what? I actually would. But the caveat is, if we're both in, then I'd want to do it at 25%.
So we would give you £25,000 each in return for 12.5% of the business each.
I mean, I do not need to take a second to decide. I would love to accept your offer.
Amazing.
You so deserve it. You got 2 stellar dragons. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done.
An emotional Zoe has done it.
Thank you.
She leaves the den with £50,000 and the backing of a duo of dragons with the combination of skills to take her fledgling enterprise to a whole new level.
I don't know what to say. I don't think it's going to sink in for quite a long time. The only thing I want to do now is just go and FaceTime my son and tell him the good news.
Hello?
Hi, Mason. You know the 2 dragons we wanted the most?
Sarah and Eva.
Yes. What would you say if I said that we have both of them?
Oh my God!
Yep.
I'm so happy for you!
Thank you, and I'm happy for you. We're a team.
Last up to face the dragons is smooth-talking Callie Russell.
It genuinely looks great on you. Like, you all look fantastic.
Callie believes that being stylish shouldn't cost the earth.
30% of the clothes that we make every single year don't get sold. And you realise what that is doing to this planet. You realise that something has to be done to change that. Hi Dragons, my name's Callie Russell and I'm the CEO and founder of This Is Unfolded. Peter and Deborah, I was in here back in 2015. Sadly, we couldn't do a deal that day, but the business that we had then, Malsey, worked with some of the biggest fashion retailers in the UK. Sadly, because of the pandemic, we lost that business. But we looked at the fashion industry and the work that we'd done there, and we decided to make something that we thought would be truly sustainable. We decided to form Unfolded and create zero-waste fashion brands driven by communities. These lovely ladies are some of the people from our community. What we do is we design clothes by using their feedback and input, creating the collection, and then only producing after people have placed their orders. By doing it in this way, we produce clothes without the waste. We trialled this with 4 collections, generating revenues of over £630,000 during that period. Our vision is big though. We've built the technology and the platform to make brands and businesses in this new way. So I'm here to ask you today for £75,000 for 2% of the business to allow us to go and change the world through fashion.
an online platform selling clothes created in collaboration with the wearer, is the proposition from Callie Russell.
Did you all design your own garments you're wearing now?
Yeah, so we went through what sort of styles we like, what prints we like, what colours we like, and then the clothes are designed from that point.
Callie is seeking £75,000 in exchange for a 2% share in his company.
So you've just been part of the design process, and because they're what you've asked for, you're more likely to buy them.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you order
That's
and then
correct.
they're made.
Yeah.
Before the Dragons get down to business,
Thank you very much.
some catching up is required.
So welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
I'm sorry that you lost the business. It's, I'm pleased, obviously, we didn't invest. We were obviously right not to.
You offered me all the money.
Oh, and you rejected him?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
But, Callie, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for rejecting the offer.
Callie, can I ask you, what is the consumer's experience?
So at the minute in time, we've got 2,500 people who have come and joined the community. Once you're in the community group, you can then start helping us design the next collection. That's basically a kind of a survey sort of thing that they kind of go through. We're now at the point where we get about 1,000 people giving us feedback, so our designers can see these are the best prints, these are the best shapes, this is what I'm going to take further down development.
What about, how do you deal with returns?
So returns is really interesting. Like online dress returns are between 30 and 40%.
And maybe creeping up to 50% today.
Ours is 3%.
3%?
3%. The way that we do it is very different. We have built a peer-to-peer swapping platform where we connect people who want to swap an item for another item.
Now, I'm going to stop him there for a second, because you talk like everything's perfect. Half the women buy 2 and send 1 back.
So we have a live chat feature on the site. We'll say, just buy 1 size. We know that when people do that and those items kind of come back, with the swap platform, we can connect those people up and make them get the product that they really like.
I've got to say, I don't often immediately compliment an idea. I think that's genius.
Thank you.
And I think you'll find that Tuka over there will incorporate that in his business.
The company's swap shop system for returns garners praise from Peter Jones. But fashion mogul Tuka Suleiman has been casting a well-practiced eye over Callie's clobber.
I've been making garments for 48 years. And first of all, that collection, I mean, look at the hem. It looks like it's the waves of the Atlantic.
Okay.
Right? Where were they made?
Noida in India.
India. So for the last 6 months, what would the turnover be?
So the collection that we just did, we did £210,000.
All right, how much was the gross profit?
90.
90. So it's below 50%, and then you made a profit or loss?
We made a profit of about 40,000.
40. So at the moment, you're saying that the total expenses that you've incurred on that collection is 50 grand?
Yeah.
How many people do you employ?
So I've not included headcount in that number.
But I'm asking you a straight question. I'm saying, as a business,
we employ
10
people. We employ 10
so
people.
You employ 10, let me finish.
Yeah.
10 people. For the last 6 months, what's their wages?
So our running costs are about £30,000 to £40,000
a month.
A month.
So for the last 6 months, you've created 240,000 of overhead.
Yeah.
For the last 6 months, you've created 210 of sales.
Yeah.
So you've lost a fortune.
We've lost what's in the model for us to test this.
Hold on. You told me you made a profit.
I said we made a net process on that collection.
So let's get things into perspective. You're not a profitable business.
Nope.
You've come in here on a valuation of 1.5 million.
No, he's come in 3.5 million.
3.5 million.
It's going to get worse now we've told him that, I think, at this point in time, yeah.
I'm already worried about his blood pressure.
3.5 million? Can you come and value my businesses?
Yeah, so the valuation on the business is 5 times trailing 12 months revenue.
5 times what?
5 times trailing 12 months revenue.
That makes one of my businesses worth half a billion.
Congratulations.
I mean, you're in cuckoo land.
The 7-figure price tag Callie has attached to his business has raised Tuka Suleiman's hackles. And for a venture that vaunts its green credentials, news of a factory 5,000 miles away represents a potential red flag.
So I just want to clarify a few things in my head. You're manufacturing everything in India?
Yeah.
So how long does it take to physically get the product?
That process takes 4 to 6 weeks.
So you must be flying it in, you can't be bought.
We are flying it in, but we carbon offset every part of
But
our
that's not very
logistics process.
sustainable if you're flying it in. You've come in here and basically said, I'm the future of sustainable fashion.
There is
if these people were really that bothered about sustainability, I would either be prepared to wait another 5 or 6 weeks to have it boated in, or pay another £10 for it and have it made locally.
Yeah, this is how we started. We will at some point near source more and more of it. But if you look at the traditional model, that 30% that doesn't get sold, all of the energy gone into that.
I think the notion of making to order is categorically the future. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're really pulling the wool over my eyes here, trying to claim this massive level of sustainability, when actually you could go that little bit further and actually be truly sustainable. So you got something, but I'm not going to be investing, so I'm out.
Thank you.
Sarah Davies walks away from the deal. Now a future-facing Stephen Bartlett wants to gain a clearer picture of what could lie in store for Cali.
So what's your big ambition or vision now?
So our long-term vision is that we want to be the tech platform that allows people to build brands around their community. It's a technology platform to create zero-waste brands. And next week, we're launching a massive international women's media company, their own brand on the platform, entirely empowered by Unfolded. So they've built their own private group of 1,500 women who love their brand. They've been designing the clothes for that collection along with their fashion editors. And then we have built the website. We can spin up sites like that very quickly now. They get access to our factories, our logistics.
Okay, so I actually was looking to do some apparel for my podcast, right? We're launching our e-commerce platform, a bunch of different products, and I can do the survey piece myself, and the bit about getting it made isn't hard either. I don't think I need you. I wouldn't know how to convince other people to need you.
Yeah.
I'm going to say where I am. I really love so many elements of what you've said. I love the swap idea, but I'm going to say that I'm out. But Mr. Negative is still in. I can't believe it.
Kelly, conclusion for me in the sense of your product is not special enough for people to have the incentive on a mass scale that they will order 6 weeks in advance. There's nothing special about it.
Have you got anything nice to say, Tuka?
No. No, I'm just telling you straight.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's very apparent you know a lot about tech, but you haven't got a clue about clothing, correct?
I think I know a little bit. I don't know as much as you.
No, exactly. What's that worth to you? Is that worth 30% of the business? I've got a complete supply chain, complete design team. So what I'm saying to you is, I know what I can offer. So I will give you all of the money, but I want 30%.
Dracula.
An unexpected offer for Cali from fashion industry big hitter Tuka Suleiman. But his price is almost a third of the business. Will Peter Jones's earlier enthusiasm result in a more competitive bid?
The reason why I said very clearly at the start is that I think it's genius was your concept for how to deal with a return in terms of the swap. And I think you've done a lot of things right. So I'd like to make you an offer. I would offer you all of the money, 75,000. But I'd like 15% of the business.
So you are properly disrupting. You know, you are showing a different way. The single biggest thing that we can do is stop making product. And yeah, I would like to be part of that. So I'm going to offer you all of the money. And I want 12.5% of the business.
Okay, Cali, you've got 3 offers there. You've got one offer from Peter, one offer from Deborah, one offer from Dracula. Do you want to go speak to the wall?
I am going to go speak to the wall, but before I do that, I'm not going to take your offer. I don't think that would be fun for me. I don't think it would be enjoyable for you. So I'm just going to take that one off the table to start off with. Thank you very much.
Cali isn't willing to entertain giving away almost a third of his business. Turning down Tuka Suleiman leaves him with two competing offers to consider. But at 15 and 12.5%, both dragons want significantly more than the 2% equity he wanted to give away.
Yeah, so thank you for all of the offers. I would really like to do a deal to take both of you on this journey with us. We've already raised money into this business and we have investors in the business. So I do have some give in what we can do, but I don't have a huge amount of give. So I hope it's a fair counter for both of you to do it at the 75,000, but to do it for 4% each.
Was that a counter or was that a joke?
It was a counter.
Was it?
Yeah.
Obviously, an immediate no from me.
And an immediate no from me.
Yeah.
Is there a level that you would come down to?
I was literally thinking, do you know what? Would you be willing to do it 7.5 on 37.5 each?
I'm really sorry. I couldn't go back and sell that to everyone else.
I'll have to say on that basis then that I'm out.
I'm afraid I'm out.
Thank you for all of your time as well. Greatly appreciated. Have a good day, guys. See you later. Thank you.
In the end, the numbers gap proved too great for Callie to clinch a deal. But even though he's leaving empty-handed, the clothing entrepreneur isn't feeling too hot under the collar.
Yeah, that was a hard experience, but I'm walking out here with some great feedback. I'm walking out here with a lot of lessons learned.
Tuka, just for my own benefit, why did you make an offer to a business that you didn't like?
You know why? You know why? Because I'm the only one in this room that knows what to do with a product.
How did you think that was going to work?
What, him and I?
Yeah.
Wasn't going to work.
Well, exactly.
So after two near misses in the den, could it be third time lucky for Callie?
I'm not doing that again. I'm out. That's it, finished. Finito. Last time. Do not want a third time.
Next time.
Careful, we don't want to give you a bad back.
Where's the gold mine? Because at the moment, all I hear is losses.
It's just not going to happen.
That doesn't feel nice.
Listen, I'm going to throw you a bit of a lifeline here because I feel like Tuka's got his knickers in a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's knickers twisted Tuka.
The difference is you're good at raising money, we're good at making it.
Well, I'm good at both, actually.
There's a fine line between that passion and then just giving us a load of BS.